Plaintiffs Kelly Quintero and her husband Jose met the defendant through Kelly's cousin, and they decided to sell her a car. However, Kelly and Jose claim after the defendant stopped paying on the vehicle, they discovered that she was addicted to crack. They're suing for the balance due on the car. Defendant Christina Kimball denies that she's addicted to crack and doesn't believe that anyone ever told the plaintiffs that. Christina admits that she stopped paying on the vehicle, but claims it was because the car was nothing but a lemon. She's countersuing to get the money back that she spent on the vehicle.
Start with you all.
Okay, Your Honor, me and my husband met Christina Kimball through my cousin, and at the time we didn't know that she was a crackhead.
When?
Like in April of 09.
09? When did you discover she was a crackhead?
A couple weeks later.
Obviously, you had some type of business with her?
Yes, Your Honor.
When was that?
It was a car.
When?
May 1st, 2009.
So, met her in April, beginning of April. By mid-April, you knew she was a crackhead, and by May 1st, 2 weeks later, you decided to do business with a crackhead.
Sorry, and
that's not true.
And you assumed you would get your money.
I misunderstood. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. What?
In April of 09, we met her, and months later, after we had done business with her, is when we found out she was a crackhead.
How'd you find that out?
From family members.
They told you?
Yes.
All right. You're a crackhead?
Yes. No, I'm not, Your Honor. No, I'm not.
Oh, my God.
It was a joke. No, I'm not.
Now I go with my first gut feeling.
No.
Now, is that your first gut feeling that you're a crackhead?
My first gut feeling is no, it's not true.
Oh, because you said yes.
No, it's not true.
You did say yes.
I did say yes, but I meant no.
So that was your first gut feeling?
Yes, it was a trick question. No, it's not true.
Why don't you give me some background on your association with these folks?
I've known her family for several years. I was in a bind. I thought she was trustworthy, and I was in a bind.
You're talking about this transaction. Okay, I thought you might want to refute that your family had told them that you were a crackhead.
No, actually, it was her family.
Oh, okay.
But they're my friends. I've known them for several years.
All right. You said they're your friends.
Yes, I've known.
You still think that?
Yes, I do.
So you don't believe they told her?
No, I don't believe it.
Okay, you think she's making that up?
Yes, she is.
Yeah, what circumstance was it that they just said she's on crack?
Because
just walked
when
up to you and said, hey, she's on crack.
No, because after I had done business with her, I found out what kind of person she really was.
I know, I'm asking, how did that information come about?
Because I was asking around of what kind of person she really was, because she was not paying for the vehicle.
Okay.
Yes.
And one of them said, well, she's on crack. And you didn't say, well, why didn't you tell me that before? I mean, really, if you're about to do business with a family friend and they're going to owe you some money, you should have asked at least one of them, hey, is she going to be good for this money?
And people had told me, yes, she was going to be good for it.
These same people that told you later she was on crack. And you need to sue them, too. Sir, you wanted to say something?
Yes, Your Honor. What happened was, the situation we're in right now, we sold the car. Prior to that, we didn't have no knowledge that she was using crack. 3 months later, 3 weeks later, I say, I'm asking for the money. Well, nobody can find her. I'm calling her on the cell phone to see where her abouts. She calls me with amounts of excuses. I don't have any money to feed my kids. They're going to shut my power off.
That's not true. I never said that to him.
All right, go ahead. Let him finish.
Her cousin come to me and says, hey, look, one of her exes just died of a drug overdose. The reason how it happened was he was missing for a few days. He lives in the same apartment complex she lives. They went looking for her ex.
That's not true.
They found him in his apartment, obviously dead from OD, and that's how...
Your Honor, that's not true.
Your ex did not die of overdose?
He did, but he did not live in my building.
Sorry to hear that. What type of drugs?
I really don't know. That I didn't. His daughter is the one that got. I'm assuming they said it was heroin, and his daughter's got all the paperwork.
I got you. They told.
But he did not live in my building.
All right. With regard to the agreement on the car, give me the specifics of the agreement and the terms of repayment.
Yes, Your Honor. We have a bill of sale that specifies that the car was sold as is, where is. I don't know.
What type of car?
It was a 96 Dodge Stratus, Your Honor.
How much did you sell it for?
We sold it for $1,000.
How much did she give you?
She gave us $300 down, and the agreement was she was going to pay therefore $50 weekly up for the $700 that were up.
How much did she pay?
3 payments after the $300.
Ma'am, is this true?
Yes.
You failed to pay off the car?
Yes.
Why?
I couldn't even drive it. It didn't even work.
You went and picked up the car or
Yeah,
not?
he brought the car to me.
He told it to you?
No, he drove it. He drove it to me.
So it did work.
But it did work, but it had, he said
I thought he said it didn't.
Well, it was a piece of junk. It didn't work very
That's
well.
not what you used to say. It was, I know, for a 1996 for $1,000. Yeah, clearly it was a
He
piece of
said
junk.
it just needed a little part in the back.
Pardon me?
He said it just needed a little part in the back, and when you drove it over a bump, it felt like the whole car was going to fall apart.
So describe, how long were you able to drive it without it breaking down?
Well, the sticker was it was going to run out. And
That wasn't my question. How long did you drive it before it broke down?
I drove it just around the block, and I couldn't drive it because I had to register it.
All right, so you won't answer my question. Good enough. Her defense initially was it didn't run at all. Then come to find out it did run. Then come to find out it kept running. Then I say, when did it stop running? And your response was, I had to get it registered. So she hasn't told me that it has stopped running or when it stopped running. So I'll go back to you all. Are these the type of excuses she gave you?
Yeah, exactly.
Did she ever tell you when it stopped running?
No,
because she hasn't
we
told
found
me.
out.
It didn't
No,
stop.
Your Honor, we found out when it stopped running. It was a month and a half after. The reason was, we're home on the weekend. I get a letter from Secretary of State saying that my car, her car, because she never registered the car, she had fictitious plates on it.
To leave it on the street.
Quiet,
'cause
ma'am, go ahead.
She left it on the road because she got in a confrontation with her ex, one of her exes. He punched out the windshield. She abandoned the car. That's why we got a letter from the Secretary of State saying that we owed over $700. So I called the state and I said, hey, wait, we sold the car and we have a bill of sale.
Right.
We're not liable for this. Oh, no, you're not. Then send us a copy, which we did.
Okay.
Point.
And now you want her to pay you, of course. And your only defense is that it wasn't operable.
Yes,
At
it wasn't.
some point. We don't know when because you just
Well,
you just refused to tell me when.
Well, it runs, but it was you would not have been able to
now
get it
runs.
stickered.
Ma'am, you told me it wasn't running. Now you tell me it still does. Did you understand it to be as is?
Yes.
Then you don't think that as is means just what it says? That if something's wrong with it, you still owe because you purchased it as it is? You counterclaim us for $520 for a refund.
For what?
You want to tell me how they owe you for a refund?
Because they sold me a car and I didn't even get to drive it.
You've never driven the car?
I've never said I've never driven it.
That's what you
but
just said.
I
That's
drove
what
it
you said.
around the block,
But you
and that's
just
all
said.
I got to do to it. I didn't even get to register it. and
Ma'am, I'm going to
sticker it.
order you to go to drug treatment analysis. And if you are found to be cracked out, as they say, and as you act, I'm going to order you to outpatient therapy as well. $480 is your judgment. Her legal defense fails. Number one, it was an as-is sale, and her testimony is contradictory and sounds crackish. I'm inclined to believe what you're saying.
I'm not leaving nowhere.
She can't wait for her crack. She got to go. She couldn't wait. She couldn't wait, huh? Tell we were about to end. Your counterclaim is dismissed. They don't owe you a refund. Run and catch us so y'all don't miss out. Have a good day. Judgment for the plaintiff.
Hi, Judge Mathis. I'm Jack. Should trial judges be able to rule statutes unconstitutional?
Well, Jack, trial judges can rule that a statute is unconstitutional. If either of the parties disagree with the ruling, they can appeal that decision, and the appellate court and even the Supreme Court can determine if the ruling is proper.